Oaklander, gotta love that Oaklander. Wanna see that Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Piece of heaven with our new exit on 287. We can be seen on Channel 20, that's our TV. Oaklander, gotta love that Oaklander. Wanna see that Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Oaklander, Oaklander, Oakland TV. Love it. Catch our fall season.
Okay, Tom, this is going to be easy. I want you to do this.
Oh, come on, man. I'm not ready.
Come on,
what am I
you
supposed to do
you
out
are the
here?
new guy.
Oh,
I
come
want
on.
you
I
to
don't
go out there and do it.
Hi, I'm Don, and I'm the new guy.
The new guy.
I'm the new guy. And welcome to the 4th season of the Oaklander here on...
Tell them who we got. Tell them who we got.
Who do we got?
We've got musicians.
We have musicians. What else do we
We got
have?
Circle's End.
What?
Circle's End.
Circle's End? We do. We have it. We have it here.
We have the David Venadia, the bass playing storyteller.
David Venadia,
Tell
the
him
bass
about
playing
it.
story. Tell him about it. His name's David, and he plays the bass, and
I tell you,
and he talks about stuff, and it's good stuff, right?
What about
he talks
Fred
about good
Blom?
stuff. Fred Blom?
Fred
Oh,
Blom.
Fred Blom. My God, Fred Blom. How could I possibly not known about Fred Blom? Well, now I do,
Les Paul.
and so do you.
Don't forget to tell them about Les Paul.
Les Paul's going to be on?
Les Paul from last year.
Oh, now we're talking. Les Paul, yes. Les Paul, I know. Yes, well, not personally, but Les Paul will be on the show. That should be pretty exciting,
And
I must say.
the cultural exchange, the international exchange.
If there wasn't food here, I wouldn't be doing this.
Ricardo Cherno
Ricardo Cherno for the Cultural International Exchange.
and Lane Steinberg.
And Lane
From
Steinberg.
Manhattan Cable.
From Manhattan Cable.
It's a great show.
It is a great show, really. It is. Trust me on that.
Okay, new
Done
guy.
my research.
That's enough. Come on out.
Right.
He's a new guy.
Son Lewis, blues artist. Oh yeah.
Song by a fellow by the name of Blind Boy Fuller. Prototypically one of those wandering blind minstrels. I ain't joking, won't tell you no lie. I want a piece of your custard pie. Got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it. Got to give me some of it before you give it all away. Well, your custard pie smells mighty nice. Cut it up, won't you save me a slice? You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it before you give it all away. Well, it's good for you and it's good for me. Good for a man of 73. You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it before you give it all away. Now I don't care if I'm across the street. Cut it up, won't you save me a piece? You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it. Give me some of it before you give it all away. I ain't bragging, but it's understood. Everything I do, I try to do it good. You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it. You got to give me some of it before you give it all away. You got to give me some of it before you give it all away. You got to give me some of it before you give it all away. asked for water, she gave me gasoline. Well, now I asked for water, she gave me gasoline. Well, I asked her for water, she gave me gasoline. Oh, well, I went down to the depot, I looked up on that lonesome board. Well, I went down to the depot, I looked up on that lonesome board. I said, Mr. Train Man, Mr. Train Man, when is that lonesome train be bound? He said, Mr. Train Man, Mr. Train Man, man, can I ride your blind? Mr. Train Man, Mr. Train Man, said, now, can I ride your blind? He said, son, gotta buy your ticket, this train ain't no none of mine. Well, I asked her for water, she gave me gasoline. Well, I asked her for water, she gave me gasoline. I asked her for water, she gave me gasoline. By the Rolling Stones. Well, I followed her to the station, suitcase in my hand. Followed her to the station, suitcase in my hand. Well, it's hard to tell, it's hard to tell. All my love's in vain. And the train come in the station, looked her in the eye. Train come in the station, looked her in the eye. I was feeling so sad and lonely, hang my head and I cried. Train left the station, the two lights on behind. The train left the station, the two lights on behind. The red light was my baby, light was my mind. left the station. The two lights on behind. The train left the station. Two lights on behind. Well, the red light was my baby. Blue light was my mind.
So, Al, did you hear who got elected Torturer of the Month?
No, who?
They elected Bob. Can you imagine Bob? He's Torturer of the Month.
Oh, no, not Bob.
Oh, that could be him. He's supposed to be coming by today. Oh. Uh-oh, it's Bob.
I'm gonna give you guys the brush, once and for all. But first, I'm gonna make you talk. Ever see one of these?
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. He's at the Home of Repairs.
Can you sing How Deep Is My Love?
Oh, I don't remember the lyrics.
Tonight you will be twice entertained by this. Once now and once at the end of our show. But first, some visual effects. We have target practice starting immediately.
Oh, this is it, Al. I know it, man. This is it.
Where's the Oakland TV show?
Oh, don't tell him, Al. No matter what, man.
You'll never break me.
Now you better talk.
No
I'll
way.
talk.
No way.
Well, okay, suppose I dropped it. We talk now?
Okay.
Talk now? Okay.
Sure.
Works for me. Works for me. We'll be right back.
This camera, though.
Recording live.
And now,
Good. And can you tell us
Fred
about the
Blow.
models that you've had an opportunity to drive and test?
Headed down West Crooked Road, lots of things I've never known. Cause of me not knowing, now I find trouble got in the trail. Spent the next 5 years in jail. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. When I got right to the place where it said about face, thought that all of my worries were behind. But the farther I go, the more sorrow I know. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. When I got stuck in the mud, all my hopes dropped with a thud. Thought that my heartstrings were made of twine. But the farther I go, the more sorrow I know. Should have read that detour sign. Detour, there's a muddy road ahead. Detour, paid no mind to what it said. Detour, all these bitter things I find. Should have read that detour sign. Should have read that detour sign. And now a song from Fiddler on the Roof, Sunrise Sunset. season following another, laden with happiness and tears, laden with happiness and tears.
Okay. Circle's End.
I was walking down a country road, taking in the beauty of a summer's day, when I saw you in your dress of white. You look like an angel who just smiled my way. Never in a lifetime had I seen anything as beautiful outside of a dream. Country angel, can I hold you tight? Will you whisper my name softly in the night? Country angel, can I hold you true? I'd do anything to spend my life with you. It's true, country angel. Please excuse me if I'm staring at you. I've never been much good with opening lines, but my heart aches just to let you know. You look like an angel standing in the pines. Maybe if I find the words to say, I will tell you something that would go this way. Country angel, can I hold you tight? Will you whisper my name softly in the night? Country angel, will you love me true? I'd do anything to spend my life with you. It's true, country angel. You never know when love might come into your life. Who knows, it just might be tonight. Country angel, can I hold you tight? Will you whisper my name softly in the night? Country angel, will you love me true? I'd do anything to spend my life with you. It's true, country angel. Country Angel, Circle's End. The next song we'd like to do is called Emily Brown. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Emily Brown was a pretty girl, the local beauty queen. Boys that come from miles around, but you treat them all real mean. Left the city yesterday, came stumbling into town. Walked for miles in the sun, left my car where it broke down. Still I chanced to see her, I knew I had to meet her, Emily Brown. No one could win her heart, and no one could bring her down. No one could steal a kiss from Emily Brown. I heard she lived off by herself on a farm outside of town. Some fellas told me don't waste your time, she don't let boys come round. Emily Brown, Emily Brown. No one could win her heart, and no one could bring her down. No one could steal a kiss from Emily Brown. No one could win her heart, no one can bring her down, and no one can steal a kiss from Emily Brown. Been a year since I stole a kiss from the prettiest girl around. Every night I steal a few on a farm outside of town. Emily Brown, Emily Brown. Glad that she won my heart, glad that she brought me down. All 'cause I stole that kiss from Emily Brown. Glad that she won my heart, love that she brought me down. All 'cause I stole that kiss from Emily Brown.
You believe those guys? I don't believe it. When you go camping, you get blisters on your feet. When you make your dinner, you get melted plastic on your hot dogs. If you do, come along with me, Buzz Caribou, and I'll show you the manly art of camping. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Finding food in the outdoors is very important to your survival. When you're in the outdoors, you need to know what to look for and where to look for it. Let's look around our campsite to see what we can find. Here we go. Pine cones. Very delicious, highly nutritious. But by themselves, they're not enough. Let's look around the rest of the campsite and see what else we can find for dinner. Let's look under here. What happens here? Roast chicken. Knowing where to look for your dinner in the great outdoors is very important. Delicious.
And now, David Venadia.
But I do think live fly.
Lovely,
Since
lovely.
we're on it.
David Venadia, ladies and gentlemen.
This man grew up with a great love for the sky. Ever since he was a child, he wished that he could fly. He used to go to the top of a large hill and lay flat on his back, arms outstretched, gazing into the blue. And there, he would imagine himself soaring through the images that he saw in the clouds. And at first, the adults in his life thought that it was cute. But as time went on, and he began to neglect his responsibilities to dream of flying, the adults got annoyed, and and they told him he'd better get his feet back down on the ground and get his head out of the clouds. And over time, the boy grew into a man, and he got himself a good education, a nice car, his own apartment, and a VCR that he could program with his voice. He had all those wonderful things, but yet it seemed like something was missing from his life, because every day he would go to work and he would go home and he would feel just plain empty inside. One day on his way home from work, he decided to rent a movie, and he stopped at his local video store. He carefully chose a comedy, and on his way out the door, he fell. And he found himself laying flat on his back, arms outstretched. His head had hit the concrete rather hard, and he was unconscious for a moment. But when he came to, he found himself looking straight up into the sky. And at that very moment, something inside of him sort of snapped, and he remembered his childhood dream of flying. He realized that was what was missing from his life. So he sold his car, he gave away the VCR, got out of his lease, he quit his job, and he took only the things that he needed to sustain life. He moved to the top of a large cliff overlooking a valley with mountains in the distance. And there he promised himself again that he would fly across the valley and land on the peaks. When he thought about how he would do that, he noticed above him there were planes flying. And he thought if planes made of steel could hold the weight of 250 passengers, then certainly steel would be able to hold his weight. So he got himself the material, and he built himself the most beautiful set of eagle beak-shaped steel wings that he possibly could. And early in the morning, in the bright orange sunlight, he stood, toes on the edge of the cliff. He spread the steel wings, and he stopped. And he thought, no, these wings, they're much too heavy. I'll just plummet to the rocks below. But he didn't give up. He figured he would use a lighter material, something that was strong enough to hold his weight, but light enough to glide on the air, and wood seemed like the answer. So he got himself the material, and he built himself the most beautiful set of wooden wings that he possibly could, this time taking care to etch little feathers out. He stood early in the morning in the bright orange sunlight. He spread the wooden wings, toes on the edge of the cliff, and he stopped. And he thought, no, these wings, they're just too heavy as well. They won't hold my weight. But he didn't give up, because at that very moment, he noticed above him there were birds flying. And the birds, they flew on feathers. And that seemed like the solution. Over the next few days, he went around to the rocks below, collecting feathers that fell from different birds. And sometimes he would even go as far as to climb up into nests and pick feathers from there. That time he built truly the most exquisite set of wings out of all three, because that set of wings was made with all different colors from all different types of birds' feathers. And early in the morning, in the bright orange sunlight, he spread the feathered wings, and he stopped. And he thought, no, these wings are much too light. They won't hold my weight. I'll just plummet to the rocks below. And that whole evening he sulked. He burned all three sets of wings to stay warm. He felt awful because he felt like a failure. He had given up everything he worked his entire life for and disobeyed what everybody had ever told him. And all he had left to show for that were three sets of wings, a tent, and a nice view. The next morning he woke, and when the bright orange sunlight shined on his face, he had a revelation, and he realized that all the wings that he had built were simply parachutes for his fall. In the midst of that revelation, he walked over, stood, toes on the edge of the cliff, spread his own wings, and he flew off the cliff. As I was walking down the road just the other day, I noticed all these people across the road waving at me. And I was sure that I would turn around and there'd be somebody behind me waving to them, and then I would have to pretend like I was waving to someone behind them, so I wouldn't feel like such a fool. But sure enough, I turned around, and there was nobody behind me, and it was apparent they were trying to get my attention. So I crossed the road to see what they wanted. And as I got closer to them, I noticed that the group of people were standing in this abandoned parking lot, and that the parking lot was covered with snow, which was very strange because it hadn't snowed at all and it was warm out. But as I got closer to them, I noticed they were not standing in snow at all. Instead, they were standing in this strange, white, sticky stuff. Very odd. And I asked them what they wanted of me, and they said, "We would like you to come and stand in the sticky stuff with us," which I thought was odd. And I said, "Look, I don't think I'd like to stand in the sticky stuff with you, but thanks anyway." And they said, no, look, you're going to want to stand in the sticky stuff eventually. You might as well get started now." So I was trying to reason my way out of it, and I said, "Look, if I'm going to stand in sticky stuff, wouldn't I want to stand in sticky stuff with people that I know?" And with that, they went around in a circle, carefully introducing themselves to me one at a time. And they all seemed like nice enough people. And I began to think that maybe they knew something I don't know, and maybe I should give it a try. So I kept my left foot firmly planted on the concrete sidewalk, and I slowly lowered my right foot down into the sticky stuff. And as soon as it touched, it was like hot gum on a summer's day, or mud that just pulls the shoe right off of your foot. And I was struggling with it, and everyone's expressions changed as they watched me. And finally, I got my foot free. And I thanked them, and I said, maybe some other day I'll come and stand in the sticky stuff with you. And I began to make my way down the road. But now I have to be careful, because I have this strange, white, sticky stuff underneath my heel. And if I'm not careful, I may end up standing or sticking around somewhere a little bit longer than I might care to. And it takes all of my might and energy to pull up my foot and get myself free again. But I always do. And I'm on my way again.
Well, Greg, I guess that's it for us.
I can't believe it, Al. After all this time, we've worked so hard, man.
I think it was the Frosty routine.
No, I think it was your stupid music video.
Oh, I'm getting just a little tired about hearing that.
That stupid set and that goddamn curtain and, oh, Al, jeez.
I just don't know. I just...
Oh, here it comes.
I don't know.
This is going to be it, man.
So long, Greg.
Oh, it's been nice.
Oh.
Hey, what happened?
We're not dead.
They must have missed us.
What's up?
Hey, you know why.
It's only TV.
Only TV.
Keep watching.
See you later.
Now, a few minutes with guitar legend Les Paul.
Okay, here we are
You can't take it with you, right?
Absolutely.
That's the whole idea. So we want to thank them, and of course, V&J for doing it.
Yeah, for coming out,
And
co-sponsoring.
Cynthia, right?
Yep.
Thank
Great. Thank you. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Good.
I want to give you some time, thanks, to enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
There you go. What does that say, Cannon? What does it say? What?
He has to have this little second.
What, is it a Canon?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Is it digital or?
No, it's high 8.
High 8, okay.
I was gonna buy one of the new Sonys, the digital mini cams.
They're darn good.
Well, I thought the digital picture was still a little kind of jagged.
Really?
Even though to upgrade my other equipment wasn't up to par with it. But I'm working with my company that I work for now and getting a video production thing together with them. I'm going to have them buy the DX1000 for me.
Okay.
Always use someone else's money, right?
Well, but you're talking about the consumer item now, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the consumer item, but if you see the digital broadcast,
That's on the card? That records on the card?
It's dockable.
Yeah.
Both the lens and the deck on the back. That's pretty darn good. I think you get something like 90 minutes on it.
They're real good. That does. I think we had this conversation at Nobody's Inn with John the night John Harris was there.
Well, but I only saw the consumer item then.
Yeah.
Now I see the digital Pro, and that is pretty scary. You know, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's got image optical stabilization on it, and which it helps pretty good, being handheld right now.
We're using an M70. Are you acquainted with them?
The M7.
Sony M7.
This is pro stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, they're selling now for something like $10,000. That's a digital.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. That's a high end of the analog. It's 700 lines. It's a good camera.
Broadcast beta cams. Sure.
That's what we got.
Sure.
SP.
We got. I mean, are you the producer your whole life now, Les, or are you?
No, I don't do it. No, I don't do any of the producing. They do it. They do it. Boy. Producing is another ballgame, especially if you're in it. I think it's better for someone else than me.
Yeah, you got all the different people making up the different parts, and you know, sometimes some people are good at some things, and some people are good at others, so it makes the whole team.
No, I did work with someone that was very good at that, was Orson Welles.
Wow.
And I would work with several people that could produce and do the whole thing and act.
Got it all.
It's very hard.
Yeah, it's tricky to get it all together.
That's how I came to New Jersey. Was the Listerine people came to me and asked if we would do this 5-minute show 5 times a day, 5 times a week for 7 years from our home. And I said, my home is just a simple little home. We couldn't do it. I'd have to buy a bigger home. And they said, we'll buy it for you. Would you consider living in New Jersey? And I said, where is that? And they said, well, that's where our headquarters are, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And so Listerine found a home for us with Martin Block, a disc jockey, #1 jockey in New York. Wow. And they picked the home out. We loved it, and I've been there ever since. And so I liked it so much that I've never left here and never gone to back to California. Sold the home there.
Wow.
Well, they were robbing it. So one time it was raining, and I followed the footsteps, and they went next door. And the guys that were robbing my home were lived next door. All they did was take it out of my house and put it in their house.
Oh.
If it hadn't rained, I wouldn't have been able to get the footprints.
Oh my gosh. This was in California?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I did my own Sherlock Holmes. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I produced that one myself, right? So I sold it.
But you like New Jersey?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like it's a garden state, you know.
It's great. It's well, here we are here in Ramapo. It's extremely nice.
Yeah, really. And the weather, I mean, you know, it's kind of muggy tonight, but you've got a nice change of seasons. Let's put it that way.
It's not the item. That is not the issue anyway. All my life, I hear people talk about the weather, and that's the least most important thing. If you got a great job and you love your work, who cares whether it's raining out? Who cares if it's snowing out? I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with me, but they can have Hawaii and you can have LA. The reason being that being privileged to live as close to New York as I do, I know where it's happening. And if I want to go to LA and play the House of Blues or do Jay Leno, it only takes 6 hours and I'm from my house to the job out there. Do the Jay Leno show and come back home on a red eye and no one knows how I've gone.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, it's true. It's
my
nice.
luck it'll be raining when I go out there anyway. And if I was worried about rain, that would be my problem, but I don't care.
No, I agree. I think it's true if you do enjoy your job and what you do.
And
it really
today
shouldn't matter.
everybody has air conditioning. To live in Florida in the summertime, that's hot and humid. But who cares? You think it isn't hot in Vegas? Couldn't even touch the steering wheel of my car.
Really?
It was so hot, yeah.
Wow. I've never been there.
The people that live in Phoenix and everything, they rave about how great it is. I said, isn't it hot? Oh, they say it's hot.
My brother just moved back from Phoenix. I was there. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot there.
Well, we agree on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is hot. You're talking, they're like, you don't have the humidity, but there's heat coming down upon you, and you feel it. You know, you can't be out there too long, but it depends. It's what, you know, of course, they've always got air conditioning in every restaurant and
So what
store.
difference does it make where you live?
Exactly.
Are you happy?
With what you're doing.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine in New Jersey here. He says, boy, I can't wait for the weekend so I can go down and fish. Okay? And so one day I asked him the big question, why don't you get a job as a fisherman? And on the weekend you could take off and do something else.
Yeah.
I never thought of that his work should have been fishing if that's what he loves to do.
Les, duty calls for you.
I'm
going to need you on stage.
Judy calls
in just a minute.
Right.
Just a minute. Thank you so much.
Great meeting you.
I'm going to go down and have a course with Lou down at Timbers.
There you go.
If you care, I'll meet you there later.
I can't. I got to go with them over to Aruba.
Whatever, Les. Who is it?
Ein schwarzes Nachthemd und hab mich auf den Divan hingeschmissen. Aber ja, was will nichts mehr von mir wissen.
Also featuring David Breithoff and Vince Gittins as Boss.
Mein Essen schmeckt ihm nicht, hab ich gehört. Mir auch nicht. Und ich hab mich nie beschwert.
A long lifeline, you're gonna live a long life, right? Okay. Let's see. You got a long sex line. You're incredibly oversexed. You're getting a lot, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. And it shows here. These are the bones of contention here. You like to fight. You like to fight a lot, right? You fight a lot.
Is Atomic Rooster?
Yeah.
The Beatles from Greenwich Village.
Yeah, in Greenwich Village. You like music?
No.
You don't like music?
No.
You like art? You like art?
No.
You don't like art. Do you like sleeping?
Yeah.
The space aliens.
Who?
Up there.
Me?
No, not you. Not you.
Who?
When are they coming?
Huh?
How?
Huh?
How?
Get off. You want to get off? It's scaring me. What's that?
Anyway, that's his glasses. He's got to wear that.
Why?
I don't know. They make him wear that. Let me help you. Let me help you. Here, let me get this. This too? They should hire me. It's like near Texas, and like one day they stopped talking about it. Just the governor of Bolo. Yeah. and like the people, it's like the people on the news, they didn't call it Bolo, it was Bolo. Bolo. Like, because some like Spanish guy discovered it. It's like, today, nothing happened in Bolo.
I like to read books and go to sleep.
Maybe we should get bigger shoes.
Maybe.
And now we go to the flood disaster in Bolo.
When he puts it to bed and covers her up, and he's tired, and she's still awake.
Yeah, then what happens?
She goes out home, because that was his mistress.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And then what happens to his wife?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
When he goes home, he says, I'm tired, baby. Maybe she'll get it on the weekend, but he prefers his mistress.
You think she'll find out?
She won't. He won't tell. She won't tell.
But do you think a woman knows that? You think
How could she tell?
Well, they always talk about it. What does the perfect nurse keep in her purse?
I'll pass on that one.
Ten Commandments are not presented fellowship. Who writes these questions?
Do you have a tetanus shot? Do you cheat on your tests? Are you testy?
Yeah, sure. We like really hard. Yeah, sure.
Sick? Have you you went to the hospital over here? Did you ever throw anyone out a window?
Yeah?
No, you're feeling good. You're in good health.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
He says, why you are asking this question and everything?
It's for texting. I've seen your picture.
Uh-huh.
When's your next movie coming out? Can you do the marshmallow?
Welcome to We've Got Gas. What'll it be? Hi, Wally. Hey, Breedle, you've been pumping gas all summer long to earn enough to pay back Dad for busting up his Strato Smasher guitar. What have you done with all the money you've earned?
Heck, Wally, I've been saving some of the money. But Larry Lundello comes by every afternoon saying he's dehydrating and I should buy him a couple sodas so it doesn't dry up.
Yeah, now I see why Larry's your friend and why you guys have so much gas.
At least my friends don't scare me half to death like Eddie Haskell did by draining your brake fluid before a four-wheel road rally. Look, it turned your hair all white.
Hey, cut it out about the hair, Breedle. Lumpy and I already took care of Eddie for that one. Just give me $5 a regular.
Wally sure is sore these days. What's eating him?
I guess it's because his girlfriend, Mary Ellen Rogers, broke up with him last week.
Did you holler at her good for getting, or did you forget to buy her a birthday present?
No, nothing important like that. She told Wally she couldn't go out with a guy who had hair like her father's.
So, well, Don, what do you think about your first show here?
Well, it was a little confusing at first, but now I'm equally confused.
Well, welcome aboard, because we are all confused as what we do here, but we know that you enjoy it and we're having a fun time with it too. I'd like to thank the people at Cablevision on Channel 20 and for giving us the opportunity to do what we do here. And I offered you to watch Alternatives on Channel 20 at 7 p.m. I guess I'll do the website. Website is very important, right?
Yeah.
www.oktv.org, and you can get all the information if Greg updates it, because...
Actually, that's what got me here. You and those 3 guys in the van that hit me with the club.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that was a stolen van, may I add. But how about we thank some of the other new folks that you'll be seeing here.
That might be good.
We've got Andy Stewart, we've got Stacy Kahn, we've got Steve Lind, and he's from Midland Park.
Hey.
We have Lee and Trish and Roseanne. We're looking forward to really meeting these folks and working at some really different television for our people at home. So I guess we should sign off from Greg Schuss, our director, Mary Naranjo, Willie Galarza, Rudy Dolce, and to you, Esmeralda. Don, thank our guests.
Okay, I just have to read to the monkey. Okay, Fred Blown, of course, and Les Paul, yes! David Venadia, the bass-playing storyteller. Yeah, Son Lewis, Circle's End. I'll leave it to Breathel. Should I be thanking Leave It to Breathel?
No
should I
more
thank Breathel for putting up with this abuse for so long? Maybe I should. Thank you, Breathel, for putting up with this abuse for so long. And, who's that again?
Ricardo Channel.
Ricardo Channel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ricardo, but the way it's print, you can barely even call it print, but it's very difficult to contend with. Of course, Ricardo, we thank him, and I think you pretty much covered everyone else here, didn't you?
Well, we did, and now it gives me great pleasure, Don, to award you with the new guy.
All right, hold on.
The responsibility.
Hold on, so you did order me that trailer, right? I'm getting
It's on order.
And I'm getting a check Friday?
It's in the mail.
Okay. Last time I'm doing this.
Good night, folks. You missed a spot.